listen, let's drink up. Your death look like big fun. Come on, let's get it on. Like that Marvin Gaye song. I'm stunning, you love it. Come on, give me something. I know that you want it. Come on, give me something. The night is young and so are we. So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young and so are we, baby. The night is young.
Hello everyone. It feels like forever since I last spoke to you because since the last video I've been on holiday. I went to Greece, which was absolutely amazing. I probably will insert a couple of clips if you're interested in seeing that, but it was the best holiday ever. Like, we hopped around a load of different islands and it was just beautiful. Greece is definitely one of the most beautiful countries ever because the sea is just perfect and most of the buildings are white. It is very Pinterest, you know, and I just love it there. It's so nice. So yeah, Greece was amazing. Then we had a little break to be back home and just crack on with whatever I needed to get on with. I had my London calligraphy class last week, which was unbelievable. I was so worried about it, thinking nobody would want to come because it's not obviously it's not an area that I am from. I didn't know whether anyone was even from around there who follow me. I was worried. I didn't know whether I'd created this big ballsy class thinking, oh, you know what, you do have to just give it a go, but at the same time, nobody's gonna come. Yeah, 17 people came in the end, which was amazing, and the class was beautiful. It was just filled with pink flowers. The ladies who came happened to be all girls. Obviously men are welcome, but happened to be all girls. They were just lovely. Every single person was so nice, so enthusiastic. 7 people came on their own. It was just fantastic. It was such a good class. And then obviously I've launched pumpkins. So for me, literally in a few days time, so it's the 28th today, I think, in a few days time, Halloween is going to be full on. I've just decided autumn is in a few days time. So I'm still in summer mode, but it is going to be autumn, and which means I'm going to have like hot chocolates, teas, warm baths. I'll be painting pumpkins all the time. I'll be going to Home Sense quite a lot, probably trying to find out where all this nice Halloween gear is from. And speaking of Halloween, we have got a Halloween calligraphy class coming up and a paint your own pumpkin class, which will be a real pumpkin, so not one of my ceramic ones. It'll be like a big real pumpkin. I'll probably will be painting one at the same time just because I'm excited. That's going to be amazing. And then we have Christmas as well. Christmas is coming early for me, so we have a Christmas calligraphy class. I've ordered a load of stuff for Christmas, so hopefully that'll come in the next few days. But yeah, we're all go. And I am so sorry that it's taken a few weeks for me to upload and sit down and talk to you about calligraphy. But we'll make this one a nice snappy video so you've got a little bit of an insight of what's going on in my life. Not too much because I know it's not that important. But we will also do a really nice activity together where we look at how to introduce entry and exit flourishes. So really nice simple ones, but eventually developing them onto something a little bit more luxurious with a swirly twirly finish. So a really extravagant flourish will be the aim by the end of this video. So we'll have some worksheets as well for you to have a look at. They'll be available on my website as soon as this video is launched, so check in the description below, and yeah, we'll get started. On top of all of that, I did just want to talk to you about what came through my post yesterday. So if you live in the area, you'll get one of these sent through your post. So it's Live Ribble Valley, and it looks like this. As you can see at the bottom, social media sensation calligrapher Kate Marshall. I have never ever been called any sort of sensation, but I'll take that. So technically I feel like I am a cover girl just by having my name there. So definitely check this out. I am so happy with it. So I am on 114, so I'll just quickly flip to that page. 114, where are you? So I'm after that one. Here. And I'm so happy with it. They've done a really amazing job at presenting it, and the write-up as well. Like, I couldn't have written this up. It sounds so great. So yeah, they asked for some. They asked for a mugshot, and then a couple of different things. They really were interested in this dress, so they wanted to see that, and I gave them a close-up as well, just so you could see it in a bit more detail. And then yeah, the write-up is so nice. So if you do get your hands on one of this, please give it a read. Let me know what you think of it. Take pictures, because I'm excited, and if you do get a chance to put it on your Facebook or Instagram, that'd be amazing. Or just let me know, just comment to let me know what you think of it. I am so happy with it. I feel like I'm going up in the world. I really do. I'm so grateful, because I've had quite a few articles recently, and every time someone asks me to do an article or an interview, I just can't believe someone would actually want to talk to me about what I do. So the hard work is paying off, and yeah, I'm so happy with it. Every time I get like something like this, if I'm featured in a magazine, or obviously I was on Daily Mail last month, I'm saving it, obviously, keeping it in a little memory box, printing it off or whatever. I might even frame some of them, just because, you know, it's like a little accomplishment. But yeah, I'm very happy with it. So yeah, check it out and let me know if you do see it or if you've read it, because I'm very happy with it.
I'm buzzing, let's drink up. You deaf look like big fun. Come on, let's get it on. Like that Marvin Gaye song. I'm stunning, you love it.
So I wanted to talk to you about this nib here. Now this nib is a very special nib because it has a little funnel on the back that looks like this, okay? And the difference between this and a normal Nico G nib is that this holds, it's almost like an ink cartridge, okay? So think of it as an ink cartridge. This is a well that holds so much more ink in it. So this nib will go on for what feels like forever in comparison to the Nico G. It is equally as flexible. It is a Nico G, but it just has this part attached to it. And honestly, if you want to grab one of these, please get in touch. They're not available on my website at the moment, but trust me, if you hate dipping and you're like me and you're just impatient, this is your saviour. So it's the everlasting Nico G nib. And it's honestly a life changer. But yeah, exclusive.
So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young, and so are we, baby. The night is young, so let's have some
Okay,
fun.
so just grab some paper and I'm going to show you a couple of different styles of flourishes, because there are so many, it can get overwhelming, but just to give you a bit of an idea. Okay, so I'm going to start with the top one. Now you don't have to follow me on this, you are more than welcome to, but it's just to give you an idea of what different styles of entry flourishes that you can get. So, the one on the sheet that I've provided on the download looks similar to this. So this is quite a straightforward one. Okay, so you don't have to do this part here, but at least you can see here with this part. The idea of a flourish is to create swoosh lines in perfectly formed ovals, okay? So I'll just do another one. So there is something that's called a V-shade entry stroke. And the reason why it's called a V-shade is because it's got this nice little bounce on it, and I'll show you what I mean. So you could do this one with a letter V, you could do it with anything really. So I'll just do, like I said, I'll do the letter V. So you'll start here, and it'll be like a little wiggle that then goes into your next letter. Okay, so that's a V shape. And with this, you want to make sure that this here is curved. We've got a horizontal oval flourish, so this is perfect for G's, and I'll just do a simple one. So we are just focusing on basic flourishes at the moment. So I'll do a simple G. So we'll go, remember those oval shapes, it has to be a big open oval. And obviously you could do the bottom part as well if you wanted, but we'll just do a simple one. But as you can see with this one, this is actually a really good letter to show you. You've got a perfectly formed oval here, so it would be all the way around there. We've got a perfectly formed oval here. So eventually when you add to it, you could have it that extended out here, and you can add a little one within here. The list really is endless. So that one is a horizontal oval flourish. And then finally I'll just show you this one. There are plenty more, but I think this one is a nice one to show you as well. So this one is a loop flourish. So you could start by going like this. Which is obviously, will go into like a P shape. Okay, so you can see that you could probably use this one for quite a lot. There's another style that I'll just quickly show you that is similar to this one. So this is a loop flourish. So say if we started here, it's actually much easier to start there. And then we'll go like a loop-de-loop. Just make sure that everything is really open. And you can start playing around with these. There are many attempts that you'll do that you're not happy with, because I'm actually not very happy with this one, but eventually you'll get the hang of it and you'll start getting a feel for which ones you like the best. So obviously with these ones as well, you can see here that there would be like a perfectly formed oval here, or even here. Just make sure that your movements are very smooth, very open. And you've got one here as well. So these ones, again, same. This is one big oval, this one a small oval, or even this part here would be nice. So you could actually tuck that in, curl it around. Just make sure that they are perfectly formed ovals as such. Okay, so anyway, now that that's out the window, and we will come to this at a later date because there is so much we can expand on this. There are so many different flourishes out there, and it is tricky. It's not an easy challenge, but they are worth looking at and trying to learn. And now we'll move on to the fun part. Okay, so you probably have downloaded this sheet by now. It is free for only 1 week, and then it will be increased. It will still be on there, but it will probably be like £2 or something for you to download. As you can see with the top one here, I've added pink back lines for you to trace over so you can get a feel for it. You can see that every single line, every single movement that I've done is very oval-like. So we'll go over that together. Don't worry if it's not completely over it, so just try and be quite large. Try and be, I don't want to say quick because I don't want you to be quick, but don't worry about how perfect it is what I'm trying to say, because you can stagger and the whole thing will just wobble and you're freaking out a bit about it. So just make sure you're confident with your mark making. Okay, so we could do, like the first one that we did, we could do a V-shaped one. So the V-shaped one will just be a simple little wave that goes in like that. The T, you can play around with the T, but I always like to go quite simple so that it's clear of what it actually is. So we'll just go one little swoosh through the T. Remember, you need your oval shapes. With the Y, now we can play around and have fun with the Y. So if you want to follow me on this one, pull it down, oval-like shape, up, around like a figure of 8, and then flick into it. Now again, like I said, just really remember your oval shapes. Many times I have seen, and I'll just do a quick example, hopefully you can see this. So if I was to do a Y, I'll just do it quickly with pencil. So that's your main base of a Y. The amount of times that I see this and that, as lovely as that might be, this is not calligraphy, okay? This is not a form of, basically I am looking at modern calligraphy, which can be anything and it's quite fun, but I'm connecting it with copper plate calligraphy, which is more precise and perfect. So if we were to do that shape in calligraphy, we want to do your Y shape, as we did, and then this will go oval and oval. That is calligraphy, okay? So we don't want tight, we don't want like nipped in at all, we want it to be open and oval-like. Just think of the figure of 8 most of the times when you're playing this. So big circular motions, and hopefully that will make sense to you. Okay. Okay, so once you've had a little play around, as you can see the top ones are really messy, we got to the bottom one and I feel like I've kind of sussed it with which ones I like. Now it does take a few attempts and play arounds before you get one that you like, so I think I'll write this. I do prefer to not write on guidelines, I will do, just so I can get the right balance for it, but I think it's best for me just to give it a go on plain paper. I'll write the same word out there, see if I like it, and then we'll move on to our final piece, which looks like this. So this is a printout, obviously it's all been hand drawn by myself, and you can see there, only faintly, it's very faint, I've written the word menu. Now it's so faint just so that you can either use the same word as me, or if you don't want to use that and want to use this for something else, you won't be able to see it. So you could do a to-do list, or you could do a recipe, an invite even, just to give you an idea, that kind of thing. And then it doesn't have the entry lines on either. So using the same knowledge that we've just done with some of the entries, have a feel, have a play around, and we'll write a simple menu. And if you wanted to, you can add extra little swooshes and swirls like I usually do, just because I get carried away, like on here. So I've added the extra swirls around it. You're more than welcome to do that too. We'll go over that in a very later video because I don't think we're quite there yet, but we'll get there. Okay, so we're now going to be looking at the menu design. I'm going to be using the fig green colour. So this is obviously one of my own. So if you do have something similar to this, or you want to use a different colour, then make sure you give it a good shake beforehand, or alternatively use a paintbrush just to get into those nooks and crannies. Now, as you can see, and as I told you before, we are going to go over here, but you're more than welcome to do your own. There aren't any entry strokes on this, so I'm going to just do my own from what we've just learnt, and I'm going to do a loop version.
I'm buzzing, let's drink up.
You could go over around the top, which is quite a simple flourish, but I like to tuck it back underneath once you've done that, or you could go underneath. Now I'm going to go over the top, just because I think it extends the letter quite nicely, but when you do this, I personally like to continue it, just pull that back around again, and it can look a bit strange. Okay, so that finishes this video. So in this video you have gone through how to create lovely little flourishes, so very basic ones, and some more intricate ones on there. They aren't easy. I know that they're not easy, so please let me know how you get on. Hopefully the sheet with all of the pretty will help you. So print that off as many times as you want. Have a feel, have a play around, use the pencil, use the rubber as many times as you like, because trust me, we all do it. Like, anyone's lying if they don't. And then once you've got one that you like, once you've got a feel for it, then do it on plain paper, or even draw it out with pencil and then go over it with ink, and then once it's dried, so leave it for about 10-15 minutes, then rub it out, and it will rub out fine and it won't affect any of the ink. So that's today's video. Everything that I have used is available on my website, and I do have a bit of an offer on at the moment where if you buy anything that's £40, it's free delivery, and that's because of all of the postal strikes and all of that stress. So I just wanted to make sure that you're happy with a little bit of a little bonus. So if you want to grab anything, make sure you do it before the end of September, which is only a couple of days' time. Anyway, I'll see you soon, and if you please update me with any of your progress. Please add everything onto the calligraphy room, which is on Facebook, so just type the calligraphy room. If you're not in it already, then make sure you do sign up to that. And I just want to see everyone's progress. Nobody actually uploads anymore, so please upload, please. Anyway, I'll stop blabbing, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the week.